Blitzers? Hey, it's Ronan. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a little while. Thanks for watching. We've got a couple of good games today. First with Timebreaker here, platooning with Artie in the STG, Russian Tier 8 medium, and then we have Anime in the T71, Japanese heavy, famous Japanese heavy these days. The STG, first of all and foremost, is here driven by Timebreaker, and he is in Mines, a brand new map you've never played before with a big hill in the middle. That joking aside, you can see Timebreaker pushing up here to the traditional space to prevent the enemy from running to the top of the hill. As he does so, he, of course, in Blitz's true fashion, gets blocked in the back by not one, but two. One here by this Conqueror. Nice little wiggle trying to avoid there. And two, the Type 68. So they made sure that Timebreaker got hammered along the way. That is the way of Blitz. For those of you who don't know the STG, it is a really weird tank. I don't even know how to categorize it. I guess a heavium like the Chimera would probably be the best way. It has a decent turret. It's got big alpha, and the alpha, average 400 on AP, and then the alpha on HE is 500 with relatively good pen. But other than that, it has the worst DPM in the tier for the medium. So even Tier 8 does not have great DPM mediums. But then it has that big alpha, and you just see that Conqueror explode when you stick it in its side there. And that is what a big cannon will do for you. It'll give you big HE pen, and then it will also do the occasional big blast ammo rack there. So right now, Timebreaker is at 1603 damage, and I'll talk about that more as this. Now that's how you play a CDC. Run it into 3 tanks. An attempted successful suicide attempt there by the CDC. And then the Leo PTA also kills himself. So this looks good. It's wrapped up. 5-on-4. Timebreaker wants to get in the side. This whole Re also wanted to commit suicide. This was looking like the game was over. Timebreaker and Artie could just cruise. Artie already died. No surprise there. Artie. Kidding, buddy. But then, this whole Re is there. The Dingo is up top. But Timebreaker here is still fairly in control, even though he's got 10 HP, and that's all he's going to keep. Obviously, he can't go lower than that much. 2,400 damage. Spoiler alert, he does 6K in this match. So this one has got a lot of playing left. It's 4-on-3, but the big heavies for the enemy team haven't really come in there, and the T72 right there clears somebody, and Anime gets a nice shot into the Tiger. But now we got ourselves a true 3-on-3 with two nearly full health, full health heavies. Now, you're thinking to yourself, wait, hold on a minute here. We got a STA back there that's going to help Anime. You can see that on the mini-map. No, unfortunately you don't. That idiot is AFK. So it's really Anime in this Type 58 here versus the Tiger 2, a T32. And then right there, the Type 68 actually clears the Centurion Dingo. So it's a 2-on-2, but you can see those two heavies have a whole lot of HP left. So Timebreaker here is a 2800. He's going to have to do most of the work here. That Type 68 is in a terrible spot, and he was just trying to hold behind the enemy tank. Those two just drove up and shot him. Now, he's going to have a break here of shooting these two when they try to clear the 68, but it's not much time. So when I'm watching this, I'm thinking to myself, well, do I run? Do I go up top? Do I try to get a shot in the 32? Brilliant work there by Timebreaker on. He damaged the fuel tank of the Tiger 2, shooting him the first time, caught him on fire for almost 1,000 damage the second time. And in my opinion, that was the difference in this game, that and the ammo rack of the Conqueror. But still, he's got 10 HP. His AFK dumbfuck teammate is AFK and doesn't have an HP anyway. So all that's left here is essentially a 1-on-1 versus a T32 that has roughly, I don't know how many H point. We'll see it in a second. What I mean is that 1,600, whatever it is, HP. And so the reality is there's just not a lot. Okay, that STA was typing. That's weird. I thought the guy was AFK. I think he is AFK. Doesn't move. And nonetheless, so Timebreaker does what he does best. Get out of there. Go start thinking here. And I think this one-on-one play here is some of the best I've seen. The T32, I looked him up after the match, and you guys will show him there. We'll show him in a minute. He is not a bad player. He is a new player, but not bad. Horrible bounce there. T32 had the clear shot. The STG has what some other tanks, mainly heavies, have, which is this rear-mounted turret, which in general is not a tremendous strength. I don't know where that shot went in at 32. However, for poking like this, what Timebreaker here is doing is absolutely perfect. He is utilizing the fact that only a small portion of his tank will be visible and trying to maximize his shots and clear and just patiently work down this T-32. Let him get frustrated. The other thing he's trying to do is work the angles of the tank. Rear-mounted turrets are excellent for backing up and shooting enemies with exposing very minimal of the tank, and you can angle it in there a little bit better than a front-mounted. So all that to be said is Timebreaker is really, we're going to watch him zoom in the shots. When he thinks he's going to get the T-32 to move, he is going to sit there and pre-aim that shot. So the T-32 really does not have a ton of time to aim. And as I mentioned earlier, the turret is very strong. Watch that, look, beautiful shot. The T-32 just got his tracks over the clearing, got shot, and really didn't have a chance to make a return shot. That's about as good as you can do it. T-32 is down to 692 HP. This damn STA still hasn't moved. And Timebreaker here is probably getting pretty desperate. I think most people would have given up. Beautiful shot there, and I don't know what the T-32 was doing. I think he was surprised and he got tracked and he tried to move forward and didn't take the shot. So now we are looking at 50 seconds left. Vamos, shut the fuck up. Thank you, Artie. He's got one more shot to make. The guy comes out sideways and Timebreaker makes him pay. What a finish. I think the SDA killed himself, by the way, drowned himself. Really impressive work there. What a tremendous game. I mean, to take down a 1600 HP T-32, so many ways the T-32 could have done it better, but I don't know that a whole lot that Timebreaker could have done better in thwarting that. You can see all the things he got there. 6K, it is a Hall of Fame, I think number 1 or 2 ever, all time, all servers. Truly impressive game. Earned a lot of coin there as well. And I just think that the way to play that, especially after that rough start, I would say, you know, the one thing Timebreaker probably knows is running up there with the STG, maybe not the best choice given that you're going to be blocking the back these days. All right, we're moving on to Anime. In the Type 71, probably the best tank in Tier 10. Probably controversial that I'm saying that. Others were buffed along the way. The 71 still has incredibly tough armor. Talk to Anime about this game. He does use the speed boost rather than the gun depression for this, and that does help him in the way he plays his tank. You know, if you had the gun depression, you could go play the A side and treat this a little bit more like I don't know, some other type of tank, heavy with gun depression and you know, and hang back but given that right now you don't have the gun depression, you have the troll as hell tank. And by the way, you know, he shot that E100 in the cheek. Remember, the E100 cheeks were buffed recently on version 9.1, massive buff. Well, 20 millimeters of armor, if you call that massive. The reason that's important is the pen on this is just sick. In addition to everything else this tank has, it's got this tremendous pen, which really helps you get past. And I don't know where I do not know if Anime calibrates it or not. I do not believe, I'm not a calibrator. I love to have a rammer and have a few more shots in there. Takes another shot in the cheek with just no problem. Now he turns it into heat. He's trying to get shots more difficult. He switched it to AP, beautifully done there. And he's just working down that E100. Now he is getting flanked from behind. I think it's astute to keep that up. I would, well, point out to you is just the way Anime moves the tank. He locks a turret a lot and wiggles it. The reason for that is, you see it right there, and he'll do that all game long. And the reason for that is by locking your turret, you're ensuring that you're exposing the front of the turret to your enemy, not the sides of the turret that can get pinned. This thing does have a large turret. The rear sides of it can be pinned. For whatever reason, that their Type 71 ran in there and killed the VK72, didn't really touch Anime, and left their E100 alone. Now, this E100 is clueless, but it gives an opportunity for Anime to have a meat bag to absorb some of the damage. Here is the wonderful in damage. He does get a shot from the 71. Wisely shoots the enemy E100 versus trying to get a shot into the 71 for a variety of reasons. Also good teamwork. And it gets blocked in the back with E75 because you know what this game be like without fucking idiots blocking you in the back. Takes another shot there. The E75 is trying to figure out where his dick is and takes a huge shot from the E100. He does get some coaching from Lek along the way. You can ignore those comments. But it is a 5-on-4. This really shouldn't have been that hard, except for the enemy or the teammates of Anime are all in Cap A doing God knows what. I mean, all the tanks were here. I really don't know what they were doing. Maybe there was like a tank there. I don't know. I didn't see one. Wasn't watching that closely either, because all the tanks were here. Anime now, it's managed to be a 4-on-4. Anime takes a nice shot right there. 395, good roll into the T30. Doesn't want to get hit by that. He has no H point to spare. He can't take a shot from the E100. He can't take a shot from the T30. It's a real tough predicament. Watch the wiggle. Watch the wiggle. And this is where the speed boost and turret lock works. He's bounced one. He bounces another. And this tank is so incredibly troll. Not just, strong and troll. Just incredible armor in the front. Use it. Lock it. I love it. Clears a T30 right there. No problem. Nice hairy mage. It's now on 2-2 because his teammate died as well. Now the grill is chatting, I'm sure, for good reason. Anyway, 3-on-2. We still have a Type 71 and E100 of the enemy team. Anime, we know, probably doesn't have a ton of help here, so he's got to do it. Lek managed to die. He probably drowned himself too. So what is Anime going to do now? This is where things get interesting again. This is where the 71 is so troll. Look at this. One takes a shot. I don't know what the E100. Oh, it was blocked. The E100 was blocked by the 71. Anime is wiggling like a belly dancer. Takes a shot and blocks it from the other 71. And look at that. Turns it into heat. Doesn't even need it. His teammate, the 704, actually moved and cleared it. So just a terrific game. I think that was a showcase of how to use this. It is a broken tank. Don't lie to yourself. You're 65% or whatever you've got on the win rate there. It's because the tank's broken. However, I think Anime played incredibly well. 52, 50, 45 damage, block 15, 25. And you saw the blocks he had. They were very legitimate, up in your face, clearing shots, which is why if you don't have a 71, get it soon. It's probably going to get nerfed, should get nerfed, probably will get nerfed fairly soon. So overall, great game. I guess Anime did have one good teammate there. I think that Neox guy from Beta, he's a good player. All right, thanks for watching. Sub to the channel if you haven't.